嗯，有图吧？远岸人不开，难道是暂停了？3600多个人。
Step it up this time round, and as we've been saying already, their lineup is looking much better to play.
Definitely. And they're started with a no on the Zeus as well. We used to see just a straight bottle rush, but he wants to go for the stats. He's even going for the double no to go for the Veil early. And he's getting headshotted a lot.
I like the pick of the null because
for the base damage.
Yeah, exactly, and especially with you know, denies being that much more punishing.
It's true
in the lane. So you do want to have at least a chance of being able to get some of the denies against this sniper.
Yeah, stats are always good in like the 1v1 matchups, so it does make sense for sure.
I mean, as we see, you know, G he's really pummeling into cancel. It can be a risky lane for the Zeus if G's allowed to close the gap.
He's not using his Arc Lightning really at all. He's like saving all his mana. He's really just using it to when he can't get the last hits with auto attacks.
And these lanes, as we've said, seeming to set out exactly as Vega Squadron hoped for.
I think this is a bit better for Vega here, because the Night Stalker won't get zoned, and that's really important for them.
No, absolutely. We saw how much of a tough time Afterlife had in game 1 against the tri-lane at middle feed. So getting him as far away from that as they can this time round. Bottom lane really kicking off between the two support sides. We'll go in with the Burrow Strike and try and surround this man. They'll just jump forward onto
Aloha. Get Aloha already.
Yeah, that's the first blood.
That's the carry.
That is, yeah, the biggest kill out of the 3 of them, and they get it middle feed.
PA, Tomato's not really farming creeps though, because it is a, you know, triple stun lane that they do have coming out from Vega at the moment, which is a little bit threatening. How's top doing? Kazu's actually doing just fine versus Afterlife. I mean, this is going to be a trade farm lane. Mag has the Quelling Blade.
Yeah, but Quelling Blade and Empower, I think this is tough for the Night.
Kazu just tried to we're actually going to look at bottom. They're going on Zayats here. Should be okay. Tomato's jumping forward though. They have a dagger. Do they want to commit? They don't. Kazu actually tried to buy a bottle from the side shop there. And he messed up, and then he rebought it.
He's got it now. We'll get one of the He's actually going to get both bounty runes as well by the looks of it. Bottom lane. And again, looking for Zayas. The telekinesis from Slayer, buying some time for Vega Squadron. And it is enough. Vega will keep themselves both alive. They turn back towards Weeha. And this Bane, Spirit Breaker, they're pretty tanky in the lane. Quite hard for Vega Squadron to beat into them. As you say, they're certainly slowing down the farm.
After qualifier, after league, so no team is really getting the chance to sit down with this patch and figure things out. So
talking about the draft, we have Elements Pro Gaming picking up the Bane and the pick slot. Waiting on Penta's pick now. Regarding the bans, we have the Lich, the Puck, and the Night Stalker from the side of Penta. The first pick went for Spirit, and second pick going to be a Silencer. So it's some of a mix-up. Good direct counter to Bane, obviously, with the Silencer here. And Vengeful just being overall picked a lot in the meta. No real big downside to Venge. She has a stun, she can transition, so... Also Swap is really good against the Bane ult as well, if the Silencer gets gripped.
The Bane actually was changed a little bit. We had the Enfeeble no longer stealing strength. Sorry, stealing the damage, but it now increases its cast range, which actually a lot of people are considering a buff, because the Enfeeble stealing damage isn't really that exciting on a support, but an extra cast range on a hero like Bane, which just is all about cast range. He's a hero which can do massive things if he can get the right kind of Fiend's Grip off, so really up to him. And now it's the Sand King coming out.
So the Enfeeble strength is still there, just moved up the slot where the cast range was before, so they kind of just swapped out the talent slots. I believe it's on 15 or 20 now, but it's still there, and I think it fits. It's just... Yeah, just further ahead. You don't really need it on level 10. In a late game scenario, it might be still really strong. Have the Sun King coming out. There's a hero that is pretty... Not the best pick against the Silencer, since Epicenter can be screwed up by Silencer quite a lot. So I wonder what Elements Pro Gaming's answer will be to the Silencer.
At the same time, though, he is one of these heroes who can dive an entire lineup just for one hero, and he's not like going to be holding a huge amount of gold. He's not like a big core, therefore he can dive pretty hard for the Silencer and disable him and buy Elements a little bit more time to get some spells off before that big Silencer comes out, possibly. So, I mean, mostly Silencer is a counter to Sand King, but, you know, Sand King can pull off one or two things versus the Silencer, but no, I think definitely a brave pick into that hero.
After the second ban phase coming out, Piranha ban on the side of Penta, on the Bat Rider ban from Elements. No special bans so far. Oh, yeah, like not special at all. Just general meta heroes, roam heroes that can control the map efficiently. Are banned out, and the Brewmaster being super strong with the buff to evasion in the patch.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, because now that a Monkey King bar doesn't give you True Strike, it's hard, right? It just makes evasion so much better. There's literally, well, not literally, but very nearly no counters to it.
There's no longer an item that can directly punch through the evasion, so. And with all the new evasion talents being picked up left and right, there's also, like, there's a few, I believe it's like 5 or 6 that are just sneaked into the talent trees. So, some more meta coming towards magic damage and evasion. So.
Yeah, why did they choose to do that to the evasion though? Because like I never felt like evasion was particularly weak in any way. Admittedly, maybe if upgrading the cost of the Monkey King bar a little bit, but I find it strange that they decided to completely get rid of the Monkey King bar active. It's not a fantastic item anymore. It's still good. It's still usable, but
it feels like they want to emphasize more on like builds with shadow blades and stuff. Like the Silver Edge obviously are still breaking evasion, not on the talent tree though. But in general, just more of a roaming meta. Like they keep pushing for shorter games. They keep pushing for more
10 seconds.
Maybe removing evasion or like buffing evasion to actually give like heroes like PA a bigger impact early on in the game. Is their goal here, but I guess the meta will tell.
well, we see the Doom coming out from Penta. I like the pick. I think it works very well with the heroes they've got right now. Of course, swap into Doom is like a really, really dead hero. Fantastic combo to pull off. Silencer just allowing the Doom to be able to pop that Scorch Earth and just completely man fight in front of everybody without having to worry about magical nukes is also pretty key. So I think Elements Pro Gaming, they're in a bit of a bind here. Draft-wise, but they've still got 3 heroes to get through, so that they've definitely got all the options in the world to have a look at Penta's draft and see what they can do about it. But I mean, I really like Penta's draft so far. I think this is a really strong opening.
Third pick from Elements now. Doom. Yeah, like Penta has a lot of interrupting heroes. There's the Darksaber from Elements, one of her favorite heroes, like most picked heroes. Fits the lineup, I would say. We have a big team fight coming up already, and also a hero that isn't that counted by Silencer, maybe by the Doom, but at least he's a natural Guardian Grease builder, so he should be fine from side.
Yeah, and I mean, not a huge amount changed with him recently, and Elements Pro Gaming always liking to go for this team fight, which we're probably going to see. I mean, that's just what their lineup's screaming so far with the Sand King and the Darkseer now. But again, like, I still think it's brave to pick a team fight lineup into a Silencer, but at the same time, I think Elements definitely know what they're doing, so I would trust them and wait and see. I'm thinking maybe like, ooh, okay.
Well, you weren't thinking about Lycan, that's for sure.
I was not.
That's
no.
fairly. That is big surprise. But I'd love to see it. So mixing it a little bit up for the physical carry here. Picking up a Lycan also brings decent split push to the game.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, these split push calls, which are so important right now, where you can throw your dogs one lane and you go and gank with your team another lane. Lycan excels at that a lot due to his ultimate giving him so much movement speed that he can pop his wolves, pop his Howl. His wolves are gonna push a lane like crazy, and he can go and join the team fight and do whatever. So it's a really nice combo to help his team, especially in the sort of pushing / roaming meta, which I've talked about a lot recently because we see it a lot. That's why Nature's Prophet and heroes like that are so successful in this patch. Talking about which, we haven't actually seen the Nature's Prophet banned out or picked, which does surprise me quite a lot. We do see the Bloodseeker pick.
I think the Bloodseeker's direct answer to Lycan trope, just overall being kind of stomps the Lycan in all aspects, both as a carry as well as just overall utility in the fight. If you just ult the Lycan in the fight, there's yeah, Lycan is completely considered useless because all he does is run around and hit people. So there's only his aura remaining. Talking about auras, we have the Venture aura, we have the Lycan aura, and we have a Doom in the lineup. So there is a lot of hitting potential there on Penta.
Yeah, I didn't notice that, but you're very right. That's a whole lot of auras stacking up. Do you think maybe they might push it all the way and get one more, or do you think they'll fit something which fits that draft and team fight better?
So with not many auras left in the pool, the Beastmaster got banned out just recently by Elements. I think they go for something more traditionally, might even something cheeky like Luna/Drow, if they really want to dedicate Vengeful to the position 5. But there's still a possibility of seeing Venge or Silencer on a core position. Maybe more Silencer than Venge, but what the lineup kinda lacks now is physical protection from Bloodseeker. So on the side of Elements, we have the Darkseer just building up into a mech naturally. We have lots of stuns. We have the Bane preventing damage in general. So there's big protection from physical damage on Elements, but Penta is kind of lacking this so far and only compensates with having Doom, maybe probably going for high armor build. PL coming out for Elements. Last pick. Wonder how they're gonna answer it.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Monkey.
Choose your hero.
Elements going for the more defensive draft, but Penta really pushing the boat out.
So the Monkey King, it's some kind of physical protection. Good zoning ult in general. And he just throws his ultimate out, the Wu King's command, maybe to protect the rupture target, or like, yeah, sure, go ahead, epicenter into us, that kind of stuff. So just slowing down the team fight with the big. Players loading in now. Should be any moment. There we go.
Game number 1 underway in this best of 2 series of the JoinDota League Season 11. My name is NomadCasts. I'm here with Potom. This is Elements Pro Gaming versus Penta. As we load up into this game, we have an immediate pause. Potom, can you please run through the side of Penta?
Well, we have RMM playing the Silencer. Venge get picked up by Boogie. Oliver getting on the Lycan. Line has been picked up the Monkey King so far, and DNZ playing on the Doom.
And over on the side of Elements Pro Gaming, we have Faye over on the Phantom Lancer, presumably carry Mitch playing on his Darkseer, very well known for that hero. Baranja on the Bloodseeker, Yol playing on that Sand King, and finally we have Lizard on the Bane. As I think we may be ready to go. I'm not too sure. There's a lot of spam going along. And well, are we going to see any runes contested? I don't think either team has a particularly strong rune destroying ability.
So I could see the Darkseer getting 1 or 2 supports up for the bottom rune on the side of Elements, but Penta-wise, they're more of a defensive lineup. They have not much actually fights at the rune beside the Monkey King.
Yeah, but it looks like Elements are actually going for this one. They have the Sand King stun, they smoke up, and they're going as full 5 here. Iron Shell leveled as well. Sand King with an Iron Shell is actually very scary.
Plus the boots. Has to run up high ground though.
Yeah, DNZ in the right place.
Getting revealed.
Sure. And yep, he gets revealed here. Now Yol will find him, but he doesn't quite have the range. He's got the brown boots, but I think this is EPG unable to find a kill with this smoke, which is a shame. And Boogie's in a very interesting place up here at top. Let's talk about the lanes for a second though. How are Penta going to run this one?
So I imagine just Penta just sending off the Doom for the off lane with the Monkey mid, and have Venge stick around the top lane, just to support Doom in his early first levels. Lycan shouldn't have much of a problem for the Elements off lane. Looks like we have either Bloodseeker just blocking mid or the Bloodseeker off lane, which is a pretty even lineup.
The battle
And with the
begins.
normal PL on the top.
I'll take your tribute.
Yep. Well, Sun King will get his bounty rune in the end, although they didn't get the kill they were looking for. However, it is going to be 2 runes each side, so Element's not able to get a kill or get a rune advantage, but...
Oh, it is actually the Bloodseeker mid. Darkseid offlane.
Yes, yeah. Lizard's going to be helping out Baranger at mid and also stopping his really, really good block, being too good in fact, as Nine running around as a courier. Doing a load of damage to Lizard. Can he get the last kill? He can. That's a very early Jingu. Bottom lane.
Still a
Mitch
Bane
is
in the
actually
lane.
being extremely aggressive versus Oliver and RMN.
Biggie already getting low on the top lane. Against the Sun King is no fun. Doom is here now, so...
Yeah, not leveling anything yet. Quite surprising he didn't choose to go for Devour, but it's 1 minute until the creeps come up, so maybe just waiting until then. Yol, very intelligently, yep, blocking the camp there, and stopping Doom being able to go for an easy Devour, so that means he's got to go all the way back into his own side of the map to get that Devour. That's just a nice little stuff these guys like to pull out as the Biggie is
finds
stunned
the
up
Frost
again.
Mage.
Ooh, 9, actually a little bit low in middle lane, but he is going to be alright. Let's pull up a lot of them. Like him pulling ahead, but very early days yet. His middle lane's been a bit of a scrap as the 2 supports are in, and everybody seems to be taking a whole lot of damage. The only one who seems to be going okay is Baranger right.
And mid should be having an easy lane bottom on the dogs here.
Yeah, he's very confident with his hair, and Oliver is having a nice time. He's not particularly great at singing this year. He's got no ability to blow up and out creeps, or Mitch is chasing him down.
Definitely not a wolf game.
No, it's kids.
Our first rain spawn up. Here's the top. Nobody seems like the Sun King is going to claim it. Gets carried out by DND. Decides to back off. Haste the Sun King.
Too cautiously. And walk away behind the tower. He's going to just give us clarity. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a hit.
Might actually be.
Yol's going in pretty hard for this. He's got the haste. He will not have the. No, maybe if he didn't. Well, if Sansa didn't use any spells on him, it would be very unlikely. But yeah, not able
His
to,
haste was running out. I think 3 or so the haste and he would survive and get the first spot there. He had a stick coming up, so he had a stun. Top lane looks really dangerous for Fenai. Ice armor from the troll in the jungle, picked up by Doom.
Oh, we have first blood at mid. Ranger managing to take out 9.
On a double help the Bloodseeker. Probably nightmare. So, yeah. Doing it.
No, I'm ready to get down the strike back. Cool, but off to a really good start in this middle lane.
Life incoming bottom. With Iron Shell and the Sand King under the tower.
Yeah, pops a howl, but Yol gets the burst right. Can they? Oh, this light roll. That is it. He's down to Yol, the man on mission. No, he can't finish. To back up. And managed to turn that kill on Oliver into a kill on Yol.
And the Monkey King.
And up in the middle lane.
Died in
he
mid
goes down
again.
again.
Solo against the Bloodseeker on level 4.
DNZ not in a whole lot of trouble right now. Baranger. Others lane. They might even permanently swap up the Doom to go mid. And, well, these two just lasting it up against one another. Regen Rune gonna go the way of DNZ. Nobody needs it.
Have a
Up at
Nightmare
top,
coming
we
out.
have a
Top.
sleep onto Venge. Boogie could be in trouble as Faye is here. He's got the Lance. He will use it. Yol's here, so that's not going to be a TP, as he does have to cancel it. I think he didn't really want to use a Burrow Strike there, but ended up having to. And that Venge illusion cancel it? I don't know. Just not really doing a whole lot.
No,
Meanwhile,
9 is not
bottom
doing
lane,
too well.
Mitch is he's doing okay, but he's on quite low health against some Sansa. Like him, but he's going to hang around.
And then Monkey King in the mid only with 12 last. It's up to 24 now for Bora. Died twice to the Bloodseeker, and Bloodseeker now having a full level advantage over him. So, I believe as soon as he hits level 6, that will be another one. But we have 4 Radiant Heroes on the side. Like they're preparing something to mid.
You're not getting what you came for.
Yeah, it's kind of just this is a tricky kill into the Bloodseeker. I don't see any way they can run forward to get this one, so I'm not really sure what they're doing, I'll be honest. Well, Boogie heads his way up top, and Oliver just trying to get a bit of farm back up on this safe lane. He is leading, and constriction with the Darkseer and the Bloodseeker Branger mid. But,
Adventure trouble top.
Yep, she sure is, as she throws out the stun onto Yo, but it's not enough to stop the Power Strike coming through. But Faye struggling to do the damage here, throws out the Lance and dodges forwards. Can he finish off the Venge? She pops us out. No, he can't do it. And he might be in trouble himself here as RMN and DNZ are doing their best to finish him off. Lizard's around though, so this is going to be a nice defensive Nightmare. Brainsat used, Nightmare onto DNZ. Faye is nearby.
Have Yul coming in again.
He's all regen up, and he has the stun. Here comes Brander throwing out the Ravage. That's going to be one down. And now comes Oliver though. He's ulted up. He's ready to go. Beautiful summon to Yol, catching out two RMN, getting destroyed in the corner, but actually managing to take out Brander before he dies. Does eventually fall. Oliver fighting against all odds, trying to take down Faye, but he jokes away, and that is just, he doesn't know who to kill anymore. He's running around in wolf form. He's not got much time left on it though, so if he comes forwards now, he won't be able to get out, but it does look like it's just going to be a disengage as the team's sort of farming up against one another. Blood was spilled. And maybe even more as Oliver's slept and stunned, but Yol, there's a lot of damage from that Infernal Blade. Oliver's trying to limp away, will be successful in doing so. It looks like Yol's going to fall to the damage from Silencer. There's a whole lot of ticks coming down, and Scorched Earth as well, possibly doing a whole lot of damage. Yeah, Yol just falls down with Sandstorm there. Mid, we have 9 falling to Branger once more. Boogie not there in time to be able to help him. Now the Monkey King Spirit's chasing him down, but he is going to survive on very low HP. Going up.
Oh, without the Rupture again mid.
Yeah,
Like it's getting worse and worse
just
for
having
9.
a really, really tough time.
On the plus side for Elements, beside the mid going super well, the Darkseer is doing great bottom as well. So Lycan just being top, he has a completely vacant lane now and just utilizing the farm space.
Yeah, Mitch absolutely loves this hero, so if you leave him alone, you know what he's going to do. He's just going to be iron shelling creeps and making the most out of the lane and even getting a lot of damage onto the tower. Meanwhile, at top, there's a lot of heroes around. No one's just TP'd out, but there were 4 Penta heroes at top.
Scared Oliver behind the tower. Looks like they're preparing a dive bottom. Bitch is level 7, so he has vacuum for 1. He has a max iron shell. You'll get spotted out by Oliver.
Oh yeah, Oliver's actually on the run here. Does he? Yeah, he's pretty scared. He's trying to juke away from Yol. Gonna pop the ultimate, which will not be interrupted. And Mitch also hasted up a high-speed chase, but not able to land the vacuum. Oliver being able to escape. Perfect use of that ultimate, but uh-oh, he's got ruptured up. He's into the tree line. This is all he can do. Might turn around and fight here, but no, he's using the speed. He actually still gets caught by the silence and will fall to Baranja, hunting him down with that thirst and getting the kill there.
Meanwhile, at top.
Done. Meanwhile, at top, yes, Frey is going down. The Phantom Lancer falls, and finally, Penta managing to get some work done on this top lane.
Venge kill top on the PL is really, really needed. That's exactly the scenario we were talking about, where the Rupture just completely destroys the Lycanthrope, where he just simply can only run away and deal more damage to himself. That is not helping him that much. Monkey King decides to roam now, only has boots and an ocular. So, yeah, primary income here for him.
Lane was. And the net worth is actually quite an interesting story. Shows how this game is going. Is we do have Oliver leading it now that he got a couple of kills in that last fight, and with that comeback, Gold managed to catapult him into the front. But overall, it's Branger's game.
He has his first Necrowick lined up.
Yeah,
that's
Branger meanwhile going for the Radiance. I'm wondering how the Necrowick will fare against Branger. Yeah, it's probably not for him specifically. RMN. No Nightmare Throne. You know what? Top Oliver and DNZ roaming up. These teams are just getting so aggressive on one another. I think this game is just going to be a clash. it's no team is really looking towards the late game anymore. It's just going to be who can get the mid lane, who can push the towers.
Yeah, get the mid-game advantage and just end it. But
yeah.
as soon as all the T1s fall, there will be constant clash in one of the lanes.
Radiant's
What is-
middle tower.
Isn't
Ultimate use
Bane
from
ult.
Bane as Venge. Boogie is in trouble. Yol has the stun available and may not even bother with it as Baranja comes up to finish off that kill. Yol's got his eyes on bigger targets as Oliver's running up into the trees. Mitch trying to chase him down. Oliver jukes hard. The vacuum not quite going to fall. A hasted Yol will find him and cancel that TP. Oliver may not get out of this one. Does he pop transform or does he just accept his fate? I think it's going to be the latter as he does die. Baranja getting a double for that one. EPG just responding excellently to Penta's presence atop and punishing them for it. Well, 9 is trying to get a little bit of a tower at mid, but I mean he doesn't really have the abilities to push towers.
Radiant's
So,
top tower
and with
is
Yol
under
TPing in,
attack.
that's just going to be diffused immediately. DNZ looking at top, but I think he's got
If Silencer in trouble bottom, getting lanced up by the PL.
Oh yeah, it does pile people very quickly there. So Faye takes him out.
That's an important solo kill for him. Puts him really close to his people. And as soon as he has that, he should be able to just run into the Penta line and take the Venge and the Silencer off every team fight.
Take one final look at the last hits in CC. It's pretty much neck and neck between Baranja and Lycanthrope, and we look at the kills and we see Baranja catapulting ahead. So very telling story. Kind of reflected on the net worth.
Has been denied.
Fan Planter, of course, farming
Radiant's
pretty
middle
well as
tower
well.
is under attack.
Not feeding pretty well. Going for the Diffusal next. Pretty good item. Does very well versus the Silencer.
Radiant's
And a few
bottom
others inside
tower
of Penta.
is
And
under
also
attack.
a less probably predictable counter, but does very well versus the Lycanthrope, because if you can
Both
stop
gang
the
coming in mid.
shift, then it's very
Radiant's
important.
bottom tower is
Yeah,
under attack.
Baranja could be in trouble here, and this is a big kill if they can get it, and they need it. They need this one, but he seems to sense it coming as he's trying to run away, but DNZ, he pops the Doom onto Baranja, and yep, this Bloodseeker is going to fall, but Mitch is here. It's a beautiful wall, but there's no one to follow it up. He's one man on his own as 9 pops the ultimate. He knows they're going to TP in for this one. However, Yol is around the global silence, stopping him being able to do anything, and the ultimate out onto 9. He does fall. EPG getting their first kill. Mitch running around on low health, but still going for it. RMN being paced away by Faye, but if we look back to the fight, we see Lycan slept up. RMN does fall to Faye in the end, up by that top rune. And Element, another fantastic defense. Although they lost their Bloodseeker, they turned around and they spanked Penta hard, calling them very naughty boys and stopping them from gaining too much of advantage just from that one kill on their Bloodseeker. It just feels like everything Penta do in this game, they are punished for very heavily by Elements Pro Gaming. Their responses are always very well executed, and it's really meaning that Penta's struggling to find a foothold in this early to mid stage of the game.
Yeah, and especially if you look at the team fight, you saw the Monkey King ult just being completely ignored, and Monkey just kind of got Bane ulted up and hit down in 3 or 4 hits. So Monkey King is not a factor in this team fight so far, besides like having his stun as a setup. But the initiation was not too shabby. It worked fairly well with Doom, but having a Doom on the Bloodseeker might not be the actual 1-2 target. Maybe something like a
Blizzard
PL.
and Boogie is swapping stuns there. Very gentlemanly support trade.
Radiant's
Sunset
structures
and
are
Grandeur.
fortified.
Just to protect them, but the Fortify comes out, and this will mean Elements getting back up. Well, not Faye apparently. He's staying in the house. RMN
We have
with Curve
Yol
onto the low
watching.
ground, but-
Tower is under attack.
Oh, this is great
Yol
positioning
is
by
by the
Yol.
enemy line.
We'll jump out onto Boogie. He might die here as the tower even falls. Boogie, yeah, this is much not him getting out of this one.
Radiant's middle tower is
And
under
those Venge Legions are so annoying. They don't do anything. But carry they sure do.
Find the
Yol
Doom.
actually going to walk into DNZ here. He does not have Doom for another 15 seconds, but Yol, I think he's just in the wrong place right now. Up onto the high ground, but Monkey's here and will finish the job.
Another 2 intelligence going towards the Silencer.
Very quick reactions by 9. They're not wasting any time to get up there and finish him off, because if he had been able to get a TP and 9 was a little bit too slow on the pick up there, realizing that he could get up there, then he could have spelled trouble, but of course 9 is far too good of a Monkey player to not have done that.
Also really bad timing for the Sun King to die so close to his blink dagger. I believe it was 40 gold short, and now it's like almost 400 again.
Every Sand King player knows this pain when you're so close to tasting that sweet, sweet blink dagger, but you get whacked down when you're like 10 gold away, and then you spend the rest of the game dying. At least I do, anyway.
Dire's middle tower.
So Lizard
is under
has the
attack.
smoke, and I'm not sure if they're going to want to respond to this one. They may well, as they see RMN and Boogie up here. This is a really dangerous position for them to be in. Oliver is farming away as well. Now
Both teams know the
Elements
positioning.
are lining up. A Lizard, he's going for the chase onto Oliver. Oliver, well, he gets ultimated by Bane, and they get counter silence thrown out on the swap as well. They want this Bane. Meanwhile, it is the Darkseer, which is doomed up. An excellent target to doom at this stage. Ranger throwing out the Ravage. Penta, they're hit in full force, and they are actually going to bring down the Darkseer just about. A couple more hits from Oliver will do it. Yep, he is going to fall there. And Boogie, he's being attacked by a lot of Phantom Lancer illusions as Varanja having to run away from the dogs. A little army of lycanthropes, and 9 is there to finish the job. DNZ jumping onto Yol. Yol trying to bow strike away through Oliver. Meanwhile, the annoying Phantom Lancer illusion is trying to do some work, but it's not quite happening as Penta diving really far for this one. They want this Sand King, and by God, they're going to get him as they chase him up onto the high ground. The wolves are there. The nightmare. Is it going to be enough? There's one more wolf hit. No, it will not. Yol finally dies up on his own high ground. Faye going to find some heroes TPing, but there's not a whole lot he can do about that. He does not have a stun. So, Penta taking a good fight.
Yeah, like we had an excellent Doom coming up the high ground and just catched off the Darkseer. Darkseer also did, like, Elements took the team fight because they knew, hey, Darkseer just finished up his mech pretty much the second they entered the fight, and then suddenly the Darkseer was completely gone and they were forced to rupture the Doom, so Lycan just chased down the entire jungle and killed the heroes off.
Yeah, very well executed team fight from Penta. And Elements Pro Gaming, well, they were doing very well in these engagements, but finally they lose one. It's going to knock their confidence a little bit. But that is what happens if you do Mitch. I think Penta are going to be trying to do that a lot more in the future. We'll see how Mitch is going to play around this. I think a Blink might be on the cards for him, but right now he's going for that Guardian's Greaves.
Yeah, he needs it against the Silencer just to get the silence off his back in the team fight, and hopes he doesn't get doomed.
That's true. If he can't live through the silence, then what's the point of him being here, really? That silence is always going to come off, so he needs a way to survive. Well, I like the way that he just sets his dogs to follow. They are purely on scout mode. Bloodseeker struggling to reach his Radiance. Although, it's going to be a pretty good timing. It feels like a later game than it is. We're only 17 minutes 30 in, but there has been a lot of action. Way more than a kill a minute. And Penta... Well, 9 actually doing a pretty good job now. He picked up a couple of key kills, which has put him second place on his team, 4th place overall in net worth. And Echo Saber is such an important item to get up on Monkey King. It makes you much more of a killing machine.
We have the Yasha already coming out,
Is under attack.
or PL. Going towards the mentor, another natural, hey, I don't want to get silenced move. Has the defusal in the fights, obviously. Will work wonders against the Monkey King, just hitting down the monkey before he gets his ult off. Have Yul hiding in tree's bottom. Like, DNZ is not the target they want, I believe, but there's an epicenter channeling.
Oh, they're gonna throw it out. They're actually going for this Doom. This is a tricky kill. The epicenter only takes him down to half, and now they realize how tanky this guy actually is, and they back off.
Baited to TP.
Yeah,
Exactly what I want.
totally worth.
Smoke gang
So worth.
coming out from the rest of Penta.
Sick TP base. And yeah, it's just all the no, Doom's actually teleported all the way back to base, so it's just the 4 of them. That's all they're gonna need if they want to kill Lizard. Lizard set something up though. His Lizard sets a tinky loop, it's in the trees. And 9's gonna get revealed. They throw out the silence even, but actually nothing's gonna happen. And they back off.
Struggle to find a target there from the trees. That's a global silence line for 2 minutes.
Yeah, this might be Elements' turn to respond to this now. And Penner are just going to split up and farm. Although they're thinking about Faye at bottom. Thinking about him, but I'm thinking about him and killing him are 2 very different things. But DNZ has the Doom up and won't be able to find the Phantom Lancer. If you can get the right one. If you key.
Yo,
actually, they
finds
jumping
the Doom
onto
again.
DNZ again, but they know how tanky this guy is. How many ultras are going to throw? Well, actually, that one's going to be enough. As the The Fiend's Grip is used, and that's going to take him out. Meanwhile, Faye was the bait all along, the mastermind, as he just held back in lane, kept Doom hanging around, thinking, I can maybe get a kill here, but in actuality, it was he who was getting killed, as Elements do an excellent move. Shifty, knowing exactly what Penta are looking to do with it. Meanwhile, up mid, we have a little bit of engagement as Boogie's trying to run up, and yeah, he will be okay. So we'll look down to bottom lane, as actually Brenda and Faye are going to take the high ground and ready. Now, there's only 2 of them here, but they're doing so much work here. The Fortify will be used, now it's get out time. And actually, they could be in trouble here. The Boundless Strikes come through, Branja looking very low. There's all 5 of Penta here, and Faye, well, he's going to get out. There's not many stuns on their side, so...
A little bit of a blunder there, losing the Bloodseeker in the fight. I think they wanted to back off slightly earlier. He didn't have mana for Rupture to maybe hit on the Lycanthrope, and just saw the Doom TP coming in and just tried to run, but a little bit too late. Did some decent damage on the tower though.
Yeah, I think they got a little bit too greedy trying to get rid of the Fortify, trying to bait out the Fortify and then back off, but they just waited a little bit too long for that. And in the end, it did spell death for them. Now Lizard, he's been a pretty key part of Elements Pro Gaming's draft this game. He's been throwing out some really important Fiend's Grips. It's actually been one of the main ways Elements have been able to get off picks on these tanky heroes like Doom, like Lycan. And the interrupts just haven't been there so far, so Lizard playing an excellent game positioning-wise. So
looks like Doom was going for a Buckler. No mag yet. Expected to blink on the Doom, but that we have a Desolate on the Lycanthrope. Oh, they find the Venge.
They're going to find Boogie once more, and even the Fiend's Grip committed for this guy. They do not want him swapping or paying any shenanigans, and he will go down. But they managed to get the return kill on Faye. That's a much bigger kill. Penta sneaking around the back of Elements' gank and getting a far more important target, and if they can all get out here, that would be pretty key, and they do.
1, 2, 3, all gone.
Yeah, that was so nice by Penta.
Really, really useful ward over here. Pretty much save the entire Vanguard and not get just sneaked up upon by the Sand King and get their TPs interrupted.
Well, meanwhile at top 9, not really the pushing here, so not going to be pushing any towers, but we'll just put a bit of pressure on the lanes and farm up a bit on the dire side of the map. Now Oliver, there's no Fiend's Grip for a little while yet, so he's pretty confident in standing nearby, especially when he has his team behind him. DNZ, Doom's still available. Oh no, they used Doom on the Phantom Lancer. That makes sense. But this might be an engagement as Faye coming forwards. There's no Doom, so this might be a good time for them to fight. There is a Global Silence available. Now the go onto Oliver as he's ruptured up. Can't run anywhere, but will turn onto the Phantom Lance. The Silence, it's pretty key. Oliver gets a kill. Mitch managing to get the Vacuum Wall off onto 2, but it's not going to do a whole lot. Yol wants to be able to get involved with this, but can't. I think his ultimate was interrupted as he's damaged pretty badly. That Super Urn doing super damage. DNZ going to be able to chase him down and get that kill. Faye might be able to escape from this one. Yeah, he's not going to be jumped by 9 right now. And well, Mitch hanging around the back, but Elements not able to find the team fight they wanted right there.
Bit of sweaty palms there when the Lycanthrope got ruptured up in the wall, which is really not the position you want to be in. Right, straight into rage from Penta Sports.
Yep,
that's a fast rage.
It sure is, and that's even without their Doom, so... It's the power of the anti-armor. They have a Desolator on their team, they have Vengeful Spirit with a damage aura, so there's a lot to keep them going. Like we were talking about those auras in the draft. Another thing that really works well for is obviously Roshan.
Ruptured top.
Ruptured by Baranja, but we'll just TP away from this one. What counters this highly trained assassin better than a little piece of paper called a TP scroll? Faye just farming the enemy jungle quite casually. It's clear that Elements still have the positioning, the map advantage right now. They are roaming into the Radiant side of the map just a few hairs at a time. Just actually surprised because Penta do have a fair amount of lockdown if they want to go for the kills. When they see heroes around the map, you know, they don't have very strong like 2-man ganking squads compared to Elements, so I think that makes it difficult. The only big
but it feels like the Penta Sports carries are getting more and more items. We have Desolated finished up on the Lycanthrope. There's an AC lined up for him, so more often he doesn't want to depend on his mana pool, which is crucial against the PL.
Well,
I have a
Elements
smoking.
dodging
Spotted
this
out by
gank
Midge.
wonderfully,
Are scanning.
They know.
They do know, but how do they know?
Game sense.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Yol at bottom. Oh, might find a Bane here.
Yeah, he's going to go for it. He gets slept up, but now Penta coming in. 9 dropping hard and will take out Lizard. Also gets the Jingu off, trying to chase down Faye. And will decide to be a little bit patient. Meanwhile, Yol is down here split, cutting the lane. But that's not going to matter as Oliver's got all those creeps up, so they should probably be able to keep the Radiant creeps alive in order to avoid the backdoor defense. And actually, Yol does also let a catapult through as well. So.
Tower is under attack.
But, I mean, Element's not really looking to defend this tier 2, just kind of splitting up and farming. They recognize that they've lost their Bane, which is a very important part of their fight. Penta altogether, that is not the fight which Element's going to take right now.
We have a high grade push on our hands from Penta.
Seems that way, and they have the
immediately
summons
jumping
and the
in.
damage to be able to do so. And they even have a... Who's got the out? Oh, Ben has it now. Well, the Phantom Lance comes out. It's not doing a whole lot right now, but I think this is going to be a back out. What is it? Penta? Pretty stubborn that they want to keep this one going.
I think they're just waiting for the next creep wave. Yol can't cut the wave earlier, so they have no creeps for the entire push.
Radiant are scanning. Radiant's top tower is under
I
attack.
have pinks coming out.
Yeah.
Lane's a push.
Finishing up his BKB. Load of picks coming out. Nine's going to teleport top. He's the one with the Aegis, so this is going to be back off time now. Actually, something we haven't talked about, but Monkey King with the Battle Fury. This is a little bit unusual.
Not that unusual. I would say it's a decent item, especially after it got kind of reworked. There is damage on the Battle Fury now, a bit more. Also, there's a... Monkey King has to face against the Darkseer wall, against PL illusions, so there's really need for more cleave damage in the fight, and Midstream is not an option for a Monkey King, so I think the Battle Fury is actually the right choice in this game. Just Echo Saber and Battle Fury in late game removes half of the PL illusion by the first hit.
I'm going to go on to Yol here, but no, Yol's going to back out.
Wants to use the Aegis.
Yeah, really wants to use it, but I mean, playing dangerously here. There is Boogie now with him, so the swap save available, and Oliver's making his way in. RMN's being spotted out by Faye, but no stun, so no kill.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, Element's kind of feeling the pain of having 2 cores without a single interrupt in a Arsenal. As a Bloodseeker and Phantom Lance just keep getting over. They can't seem to find this other
King mid,
off switch. Not super
he's too fast.
Yeah. What's he got? Oh, he's got a Yule Scepter. Okay,
and Tranquils.
Yule Scepter and Tranquils.
Radiant's
yeah, so.
bottom tower
Speedy boy. Very tricky.
No need for the level 10 talent.
Are fortified.
Yeah. I was looking to see if he got that, but he didn't. Meanwhile, we have the smoke from Penta on the high ground. Not going to find anybody just yet. However, they may walk into Baranja. And, yep, they find him. Are they going to commit to this? No, maybe this is just backing out. The ping's out. Baranja knows. And Element's coming around the back. They're going to jump onto DNZ here. Can they do the job? Well, he might pop the Doom. No, he will not. Pan 9 coming in, though. The damage coming out. And now the Fiend's grip onto Monkey King. Lizard able to get away with them. Finally swapped out of that. 9 going to swap and use the ultimate. Meanwhile, Lizard retreating to the trees may well just get out this time. Yes, he will do so. Baranja on the run, being chased down by 9. There's a lot of damage on this Monkey King, especially once he gets his... oh my god, what was that? Crit! Who was that? Anyway, Yol coming in, able to get the epicenter, but it's not enough damage to really do an awful lot. Manages to throw the stun up onto the high ground. 9 chasing down. He finds 2 supports, though. Triple kill for 9. This is bad for Elements. They did not see this coming, and the excellent Black Hue wall, though. It's perfect, and there's so much damage. What is going on? There's so much going on my screen. And Boogie being chased down. It looks like Elements are winning this fight as they manage to take down Boogie. RMN running down. DNZ has no mana and nearly no life as Faye manages to finish him off. Meanwhile, Oliver running up, trying to TP out of this one. Is there anything to stop him? There's no vacuum.
Oh no! And the range creep ends the life of the Silence in the end.
Nice. have a 5-man assist. Oh, 4-man assist.
What a
Jesus,
turn by
what?
Elements. What a clutch wall by Mitch here. It doesn't even have a blink
like,
dagger.
The wall, the Lycan creeps, the Phantom Lancer illusions, like the Necronomicon units. There was just so many units. I think people were getting stuck on each other. That was like a giant, like,
Radiant's middle tower
I'm not going to say what I was
has
going to say, but group party up on the dire high ground. Baranja, well, he manages to get out of that one. And Element's doing very, very well off that, but did have to commit a fair few buybacks. And actually, if we look at which was used, it was the 2 cores, Phantom Monster and Baranja, on the Bloodseeker, both having to buy back there.
Despite all this, Penta managed to cling on their lead on the net worth. Still 1k ahead.
Not by much, but yeah.
And it feels like they had a better late game, even with a PL on the side from Elements. Lycan tends to really wreak havoc against buildings in the game. And you all in mid, waiting for a jump. They have wards established. Doom deboarding once, but
onto the DNZ, and now the Fiend's Grip as well. But the silence comes through, gonna finish that Fiend's Grip, but it's not gonna save DNZ's life. He does drop Gem as well. Oliver coming in, ulted up, wanting to take out the Bloodseeker. Does a whole lot of damage to him, but now he's slept up. That's gonna stop his little advance in Grandeur with the EKB. Oh my god, he does so much damage. He's got so much anti-armor here that he can critically one-hit people. He is gonna try and find Grandeur, will finally do so, but vacuumed up onto the high ground. Mitch, the hero, and the epicenter combo coming in with the wall. It's not enough to finish them off, and Yul does fall down. Oliver teleporting back to base. In comes Faye. He's trying to do the damage. 9 on his own now. Booty on the low ground. Ready with the swap, and will do so. Gives his life for 9. Waits as long as he can to see if he can do anything with it, but will not be able to. And actually, the Jingle used by 9. That's going to stop Mitch running one way, and it... Well, Mitch is going to have to run pretty far for this one, but he's got the Surge. He's got Blink in 3, 2, 1, and not going to use it, but will be saved by Surge alone. But oh my god, Elements not doing so well there, and now they don't have the buyback for 60 seconds and 50 seconds respectively on their 2 cores. Oh dear.
and it's just the power of the lycanthrope. Where the lycanthrope
Hold
bolt?
them up.
Oh, okay, he just wants to run down the mid lane. Just
Yep. Absolutely.
that movement.
are fortified.
Sprint, doggy, sprint.
Yeah, the Assault Curious, the Desolator, plus the Venge Creep, actually he crits for so much. If he crits for like 900.
Oh, the excellent vacuum into the stun from Sand King, but it's only going to delay the push as both of them get picked up, and Lizard as well. And the swap back just to make sure they take out that pesky Bane, and now it's going to be tier 4.
Oh my god, the tower is going down like crazy.
What the hell? These are just evaporated. All these auras stacking up on top of one another. Looks like we're going to have an Ancient actually fall, as GG called. Penta take game number 1 in a thrilling start to this best of 2 series. My name's Cast. Stick around. Game 2 coming up